is fun. This is cool.
She knows what she's doing, people. All right, we're officially live. This is a thing. How's the audio out here? Is it a little loud? Let me turn that down a sec. That's my voice. No one needs to hear my voice that much. We're officially broadcasting. All right, I'm going to start this front bumper. So if you want to, you can see this on this screen. This looks like that. And then at the end of this bumper, we'll get kicked off with the show. Please make sure your phones are muted because this is a live recording. Yes. Joe reaches for his phone. I love it. Please make sure your phones are muted. If you use the bathroom, it's off to my right. It's a place of love and support. And in 3, 2, 1, we are officially live. Hell yeah, you guys can clap. Let's bring it in. All right. Yeah, we have a little audience for you guys. The fantastic Joe Jayton's hanging out with us for this evening, man. Please, step up into the camera.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Local Sets ATX. How many songs did you bring for us this fine evening, sir?
I have about 500 songs,
Yes.
so strap in. It's going to be a night. Now, I have about 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Okay. All right. 8 or 9 songs. And then what is the title for the first song that you brought us? Then we'll get into the Q&A.
This
stuff.
one is called I Don't Mind.
I Don't Mind. All right.
I don't mind. Do you guys mind? All right, cool.
I like your style. This is going to be fun. All right. Over to you for I Don't Mind whenever you're ready.
I was born to leave you. What can I say? I never been a wise one. I never change, and I won't for you. So how could you ask me to? Girl, I see you looking too. I don't play those love games. Always leave me feeling blue. Yeah, you know they do. When I come knocking at your door, baby, you know what I wanna do. I don't mind killing the dove. I said I don't mind. Up to no good, yeah, I said take my time. When I step to you, I said I don't mind, don't mind. I said I don't mind. Say I can't stand it, the way you're moving. And your conscience is already getting low, babe. You got time to spend. I got things to burn. Tell me what could go wrong. You can walk 500 miles, baby. But what the hell would that really do? I don't mind killing the dove. I said I don't mind. Up to no good, yeah. I said take my time. When I step to you, I said I don't mind, don't mind. Said I wouldn't mind falling. If you trust it when I do? Someone would be there to catch me, yeah. Someone like you. Someone just like you. I said I don't mind killing the dove. I don't mind up to no good. Take my time. When I step to you, I said that I don't mind, don't mind. Yeah, I said I don't mind killing the dove. I said I don't mind up to no good. Well, I said take my time, baby. When I step to you, I said I don't mind, don't mind. Yeah, I said I don't mind, don't mind. Said, I don't mind. I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, yeah. You're everything I want, you're everything I need, and I don't mind. Yeah. You're everything I want, you're everything I need, and I don't mind. You're everything I want, you're everything I need, and I don't mind. Yeah. You're everything I want, you're everything I need. You're everything I want, you're everything I need. Yeah, you're everything I want, you're everything I need. And I don't mind. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Holy smokes, man. So, holy shit, you're really good. You're phenomenal. Oh my God, dude. What in the world? How many years have you been doing this? My God, this is you're quite the phenom.
I'm 36 now. I started playing when I was playing bass when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad's a bass player, and so I wanted to be like my dad. So I started playing bass at the age of 8.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And there was no looking back from there.
So bass at the age of 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then was your father also, was he in many bands, or did he just do
He was in
stuff?
a bunch of bands. Yeah, he was, he hit the Sunset Strip in Hollywood during the 80s, and he was like in all the 80s bands. Yeah. But then growing up, I just remember him being in like these like Christian rock bands, but they would always like rehearse in our garage, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, you know, like doing, you know, whammy bar dive bombs for Jesus. It was pretty cool.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Is your father still very heavily involved in the music industry?
Not anymore. He became a pastor, and he was still in the worship group for a little while. But now he moved to Texas a few years ago, and he plays with some bands just for fun around Temple, Texas. Yeah.
So I would imagine if he's been playing for a while, he's been just doesn't want to just throw that out. That's a lot of talent just to give it up. And the song "I Don't Mind," "Someone to Catch Me," "You're Everything I Want, Everything I Need." I don't mind. Who is that? Who is that in reference to?
Well, it's funny. This song is literally about nothing. So
wow.
Yeah. So
what a passionate song about nothing. This should have been the Seinfeld.
Right. So I love the song, and we do this in our set when we do the full band live set. We do this song, but also "Come Together," which I found out "Come Together" is just a bunch of words that John Lennon wrote. It really wasn't about It wasn't about a specific thing. He was just like, I got a cool melody and a hook, and I'm just going to put words to it, and I bet you it's going to go to number one. and of course, it did. Yeah, it did. And so I was like, I want to write a song that literally just it means nothing. It's just words everywhere, but has a cool vocal melody, cool hook, and great, a great groove to it.
Hey, mission accomplished.
So it's funny. Everyone's like, "Who's that about?" I just say it's about my wife. There we go. Yeah,
that's what you should have said. That's that's amazing, man. So you were playing since you were 8 years old, and then did you migrate to music in the church as well before you got into more rock stuff? Or
yeah, sure. So I started playing drums when I was 10, and because I wanted to, I was 10-year-old, I just wanted to beat things up,
bang on stuff.
And so my dad bought me a drum set. I started taking drum lessons, and he realized I was catching on very quickly. So he was like, "You're going to be the drummer for the worship team." And so,
no kidding.
So I played in the worship team for like 14 years. Playing drums, not guitar or singing or anything, just drums.
And you started at the age of 10?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Hey, this show is not about me; it's about you. But my father knew I wanted to be a drummer and never let me play drums. And sorry, Dad, not to call you out, but that's amazing. He let you play drums at the age of 10, and you did that for 14 years. That's when did you pick up the guitar?
When I was 13.
When you were 13, okay.
And that's where I really found my voice as a songwriter was on the guitar. And I realized there was these different, chord structures and these melodies that were coming out of the guitar that were inspiring me that I didn't get from bass or drums. Which bass and drums inspired me tremendously, but the guitar inspired me to start writing like actual songs. But I'm glad the foundation was bass and drums because, for timing and groove and all of that, it's And bass is still my favorite instrument, even though I don't play it live.
Really?
It's like that's my favorite. I love bass. Yeah.
Well, you were tapping, so you had some rhythm and blues.
Stuff
you did some bass and some drums on the guitar while you're playing. So clearly, there's some influence, man. That's very cool. Do you ever play bass in a set?
So when I first arrived to Texas about 10 years ago or so, I joined a band. It was a country singer named Jenna McDaniel, country pop. You remember Jenna? And I was playing bass for her.
Okay.
But after that, I stopped playing live. I do a lot of demo stuff and recording with bass, but not live. I'd like to though. But this Joe James thing's just got me. I'm too busy with this stuff, man. I'm like, can I play bass with somebody?
I mean,
anybody out there?
Hey, you put it out in the world. You never know. Somebody might invite you in to play bass. You're very talented. I can't imagine somebody wouldn't.
Thanks, man.
This is remarkable. Why? So you kind of got thrust into music just by virtue of your father, and like just seeing that, just really, I should say thrust, but drawn into it. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other musical influences that you would like to call out? Because I always like getting into this because there's a lot of people who go like Tom Petty. Please don't say Tom Petty. I mean, if you like Tom Petty, that's fine.
I love Tom Petty, but
it's hard not to. But maybe personal stories that might.
Yeah. So I'm actually. Is it cool to do a cover on this?
Yeah. You can do it.
Because I know the YouTube thing sometimes.
So the reason I say no covers is because I don't want everyone to come in here and just play cover songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just turns into karaoke. I want people to hear your music.
I
and your
never
voice
do like when I do a cover, it doesn't sound like the original.
Okay.
And my dad's always like, "Man, you really made that cover your own." And I'm like, I'm like, Dad, I actually just was like trying to play like the original, and it just comes out like me. So. But I'm going to do this song, but I'll set it up. So the Beatles are my biggest influence when it comes to songwriting, and they were the ones that really lit that flame for me, because my dad's a huge Beatles fan. We would watch the Beatles anthology when I was younger, and that would be playing around, on the television when I was a kid, and I'm like, man, they are so cool. And that scene of them on the rooftop of Apple Corp, and they're playing Get Back and all that, and it was just watching that. I was like, I want to do that for the rest of my life. And that was like my light bulb moment of like, that's what I'm going to do. I can't do anything else, but that.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Is that the song you're going to play?
The song I'm going to play is actually when I saw them play this song, and still to this day when I go back and watch the clips. And me and my wife, actually, I did a small tour in the UK, and I played a few festivals, and we went to Abbey Road and to Apple Corp, and I got to see where they played on that building. And I FaceTimed my dad.
Did you get up on the roof?
No, they wouldn't let us. But it was a cool moment to connect with my dad, because he's never been to the UK, and so I walked across Abbey Road with him on FaceTime and showed him the Apple Corp. It was awesome. But when they played this particular song, I remember, I don't know, I was about maybe 5 or 6, and they played "Don't Let Me Down," and I was like, oh my gosh. And I'll still go back like twice a month and just watch that over and over.
Wow.
Because I remember that moment where I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to do the song.
Was it specifically your set list is blowing? Was it specifically the song that meant so much, or was there something happening in your life at that time that really hit you?
I think it was a combination of things. Maybe the song, the craftsmanship of them, making this beautiful song, but also them on the rooftop, and they looked so cool, and my dad loved them, and it was a whole bunch of things that really, made me want to play music for the rest of my life.
I love it, man.
All right, so let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Over to you for "Don't Let Me Down" whenever you are ready.
Yeah. Don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. Ain't nobody love me like she does. Ooh, she does. Yeah, she does. If somebody loved me like she does, ooh, she does. Yeah, she does. So don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. Said, don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. I'm in love for the first time. Don't you know it's gonna last? It's a love that lasts forever. It's a love that has no past. So don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. Said, don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. somebody ever really done me. Ooh, she done me. Yeah, she done me good. And if somebody ever really done me, ooh, she done me. Yeah, she done me good. So don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. I said, don't let me down. I said, don't let me down.
Holy smokes, man.
See, I told you it's not like the original.
Dude, that was remarkable. That was remarkable. Holy shit. It's a technical term for anyone's wondering. Yes. Dude, wow, your voice is something, man. Like I can't even like I'm in such a good mood, but listening to that I was like, man, if I was like just wanted to cry because I was so beautiful. The way your voice emotes is something incredible, dude.
Thank you.
How long have you? So when you started playing guitar when you were 13? Did you start singing right away? Like
no. So I started singing when I went to college. I went to Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California, for guitar.
Okay.
And I took a guitar and vocal accompaniment class, and just for credit, and a lot of the students and the teacher were like, but you can like actually like sing.
You can
like,
sing.
Like
No, you can
really sing.
Yeah, you can really sing.
I'm like, nah, man, I'm just a guitar player. I just want to back people up and be a guitar player. And they're like, you're being an idiot and you need to start singing. And so that kind of set that flame. And they gave me confidence, so I started singing.
Do you remember what was the song?
No,
was there anything you remember? Like, were you ever like in the car, just like singing to yourself, and you're like, I might have something here?
No, I would never do that. No, I would sing in the car, but I'm like, I'll never sing in front of anyone until I went to MI and the teachers and my fellow classmates were like, dude,
you got to do this.
You have to like sing.
And you don't remember like what the scenario was? Were you singing something in particular? They were like, what in the world? How did you do that?
Yeah, I don't remember the song, but yeah, I was singing this song or doing backup vocals maybe for somebody, and they were like, oh, you sing the lead melody of the song.
Yeah.
And I did, and they were like, you have a great voice, and I'm like, no, shut up, no, I don't. I'm a guitar player. I'm a shredder, dude. Leave me alone.
I just want to shred, bro. Wow.
But I'm glad I did, because I mean, when paired with the songwriting, of course, like vocal and vocal melodies and vocal expression lends itself so much to what I do now. So I'm very thankful that I did find my voice and I did step into that.
Yeah, man. How many? You've been doing this for a while, professionally for a while. How many albums do you have?
So I have one full length album, and I have 2 EPs. I believe. And I've released a slew of singles that are out there as well.
Is that all on Spotify?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
all on Spotify.
I put your Instagram and your Spotify handle in the description, so people can just click on that and find you. Okay, cool. What other albums do you have? Like any albums in the works? Anything coming up?
Yeah. So we recorded. This year in June, we did a live album out at Purple Bee, which was a daunting task. It's so intimidating and nerve-wracking to do a live album in front of people. Like I was like, what is it? This is crazy. It was the first time I had nerves in a long time. But the album came out fantastic, thankfully. And we have been mixing and mastering, coming up with a PR and marketing plan. And we're going to release it next year. It'll be on vinyl and it'll be all over the place.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
What do you have a release date when that's going to come out?
It'll be sometime in June.
Sometime in June.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and we'll be releasing the first single, which is actually a bonus track. We didn't record it there at the live event, but we recorded it after. We have a song called "Peace of Mind" that we'll be releasing in February.
Okay. And did I ask you what the title of the album is?
It's just Joe James live at Purple Bee.
Just Joe James Live. Okay. That's your music. The reason I'm digging into this is because I want more of your music. Selfishly, it's really good. It's really good, man. You're phenomenal. You're absolutely phenomenal. I sometimes say phenomenal a lot, and I get shit for it, but
That's phenomenal.
You're phenomenal. So I don't know how else to describe it, dude. Your voice is something.
Thanks, Reed.
It's a beautiful, angelic voice. All right, song number 3 of the night. We had "I Don't Mind, Don't Let Me Down." Is this song just called "Don't"? Because we have "Don't" every title. Is there?
No, we're gonna change it up.
Does it have "Don't" in the title at all?
No, it does not.
Okay, all right. I was hoping.
This one is a song called "Love Right Now."
Love Right Now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, over to you for "Love Right Now" whenever you are ready.
Say you're feeling like bad days are falling from the ceiling, and the pain inside your mind is never healing. I said, baby, I'll be right by your side. Yes, I will. And I see you. I said, love is not a thing, so I will show you. Don't you wait until there's nothing to hold on to, baby. Remember what we said that night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said we won't need any love when we're gone. Keep strumming my heart with your song. Life doesn't last very long. Well, we won't need love when we're gone. So love right now. I said love right now, yeah. In September, it changed our life, but it was for the better. We're stronger now, more powerful than ever, baby. Remember what we said that night. Yeah, that night, well, baby. I said we won't need any love when we're gone. Keep strumming my heart with your song. 'Cause life doesn't last very long. Well, we won't need love when we're gone. So love right now, baby. I said love right now, yeah. Ooh, love right now, yeah. Ooh. We won't need any love when we're gone. Keep strumming my heart with your song. Oh, life doesn't last very long. And we won't need love, won't need love. I said we won't need any love when we're gone. I keep strumming my heart with your song. Yeah, baby, life doesn't last very long. Yeah, we won't need any love when we're gone. Yeah, we won't need any love when we're gone. Oh, we won't need any love when we're gone. So love right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking to the sky to save me. Looking for a sign of light. I'm looking for something to help me get things right. And I'm looking for a complication. I'm looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. And I make my way back home and I learn to fly. And I make my way back home and I learn to fly. And I make my way back home and I learn to fly.
Dude. Who is the most talented person I've ever met in my life? And you were playing piano when I walked in. I was just went to go check to see if you needed water, and you're just jamming on piano. You do everything, Joe James. It's not fair for the rest of us.
For harmonica, I can't play harmonica.
For a bass player, you are very talented, sir. Love Right Now. What a beautiful song. And then the mashup with the Foo Fighters, Learn to Fly.
I had to.
That was pretty dope. Did you just throw that in there just to do it right now?
No, I always do it.
Oh,
but
okay.
I had to throw it in there.
That's such
I just love that song.
That's a
good
yeah.
song.
The Foo Fighters are hard to hate, man. Their music's phenomenal. Dare I say?
Yeah.
I could jam on Foo Fighters all the time. What a beautiful song. What was the genesis of such a beautiful tune that you shared with us?
So I wrote that song in 2019. So at the end of 2019, I think it was September. My wife battles with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's, and so at the end of September, she was having some major health issues and put her in the hospital in the ER, and yes, she's not doing well, and so we had about a month of like, trying to get her better, which was extremely scary. She's my best friend. We've been together for 19 years, married for 12.
Oh wow!
And so she's amazing. So I saw our whole entire life flash before our eyes in that moment, and so I started writing. That was my muse in that time, in that season, and I started writing songs. And that song in particular, I remember us having a discussion about love, and you could tell somebody you love them, but it's the action of love, I think, that is more important.
Yes.
Don't love with words or speech, but with action and in truth. There's a scripture that talks about that, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. And she told me, don't just love me with words, like love me with your action. She's in that time, she saw that I did love her with action instead of just words, because there's hardly any words spoken, because we were dealing with that health issue. And so Love Right Now was what came from that situation. Was we're not going to need any love when we're not here, so make sure you love someone, actually love them with action while you're still here.
That's
on
beautiful,
Earth. Yeah.
man. That's beautiful. What a wonderful thing to come out of something that was chaos.
Yeah, really.
Which actually happens a lot of times in life. Sometimes the worst things bring us the most beautiful reflections. And there's another thing they say about music. It's like you can't express yourself in any other way besides. It's like when your emotion is so big, the only way to get it out properly is to write it into musical verse. Absolutely beautiful song, man. How is she? Is she better? Is hopefully everything's behind us?
She's doing great. She's a rock, man. That she's a boss. Like, she just rocks, man. She's so tough. Tougher than I am. I'm
Aren't
just
all
the little
women, though?
creative.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. We are going to do some audience participation too, as well tonight. So we're going to maybe come to you guys if you want to ask some questions. I have some audience questions I'm going to ask. There are wrong answers to these questions. Just fair warning. I don't want to throw anyone out of here, but if you say something crazy, I'm kidding. Let's get to the fourth song of the night, and then we'll come to some audience interaction. What is number 4?
So this song, which we were discussing before the podcast started, is a brand new song.
Ooh, this is it?
Like last week.
Oh,
and
nice.
have never played it before.
Debut local sets. Not that it's important, but it's kind of cool.
So nervous.
What's the title
See how it goes.
of this?
This one is called Take Your Time.
Take Your Time. All right, well, take your time. And whenever you're ready for Take Your Time.
I can feel it taking over, 10 feet off the ground. Beer and whiskey, never sober until you came around. So take my heart, take all I own. Make me feel right to the bone. I'm stuck in the middle of trying, can't get you off my mind. So take my heart and take your time. Did you love me the day you met me? I sit and wonder why. But I count my blessings and I love you sweetly until the day I die. So take my heart, take all I know. Make me feel right to the bone. I'm stuck in the middle of trying, can't get you off my mind. So take my heart, take your time. Take your time. Take your time on me, baby. Take your time on me, darling. Take your time. Take my heart, take all I know. Make me feel right to the bone. I'm stuck in the middle of trying, can't get you off my mind. So take my heart. I said take my heart, take all I know, and make me feel right to the bone. I am stuck in the middle of trying, can't get you off my mind. So take my heart. I said take my heart, baby. I said take my heart and take your time. Take your time. Thank you.
Man, that is another phenomenal song. You were nervous to sing that? Did you?
Yeah, and
were
I
you
actually
serious?
messed up the ending, but it's fine.
No one knew. Why did you say?
I know.
No one
I meant
knows.
to do it.
No one knows. No one knows. Dude, what a beautiful song. What was the genesis of the Take Your Time?
Thank you. Again, my wife, who seems to, it's either my relationship with God or my wife that lead me to write these songs, you know. But that song was about her. It's about our relationship and how she's just been a complete, you know, light in my darkness a lot of times, and You know, I remember we met in church when we were teenagers, and I was just a wild pastor's kid. Everyone knows pastor's kids; they're crazy, and that was me. And here comes this like perfect, well-mannered, you know, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything. Like, and I just completely fell in love with her, and she just changed my whole entire life, you know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she's great.
That's absolutely beautiful. You said something I have to ask you about. You said that she was light in your darkness. Did you mean that metaphorically, or was there something else happening that went a little sideways that she helped with?
I mean, my whole life, I mean, I've had, you know, I've battled with certain addictions and was sexually abused as a kid, and there's a lot of things in my, and I was at one time I was I lost about 100 and something pounds, so there's all of that in my life. I've been depressed and, you know, struggled with that for a long time, but she was always kind of this beautiful guiding light through all of it, you know, and yeah, I can't thank her enough. Can't thank God enough for bringing her into my life.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The world is unfortunately sometimes a very treacherous, horrible place. And occasionally you find some really wonderful people that can help balance out the madness of this world.
Yeah.
You see you lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Did I say that?
Yeah. You lost 100 pounds. You look like you weigh 100 pounds. If you don't, I don't know. I mean that it's an insulting way. How did you lose? What can you explain?
This
that?
was man, it's like 15, almost 20 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago. But yeah, I just all my life I'd struggled with weight, and I kind of did it the first time a little unhealthy. So that was one of the things I struggled with. Is I stopped eating because of comments people would make or whatever. So I stopped eating as much, and I would just exercise like crazy, and I got down to like 100 and like, I don't know, 30 pounds or something.
Holy smokes.
Which was very unhealthy, you know. But then again, she steps in and is like, no, you gotta manage this, you know.
Yeah.
There's a balance here. And so, but yeah, I lost it the first time from kind of just, you know, starving myself basically and exercising a lot. But now I eat a well-balanced meal and I exercise.
That's a much healthier way than just crashing your body and dehydrating yourself to death. Don't do that. That's not good.
I know. I learned.
That's not good.
Terrible.
You also talked about, you mentioned something very serious about the sexual abuse. Can I ask about that? Or is that what, to ask delicately, how did that whole thing come about? Like, was this a reflective thing after the fact, or was it something that you dealt with in the moment? And
so, like when I came to the
because this isn't something somebody just, you kind of said it like you were ordering a glass of water, and you just like
I've went to a lot of therapy, so
correct.
I talk about everything openly now.
Which it's just beautiful, and the reason I don't mean to bring this up to make it awkward or uncomfortable, but there are people that have also had similar things happen to them, and sometimes hearing from someone that's gone through it, that's come out in a beautiful way on the other side is very important. So,
and I just have to say too, man, I mean, I've dealt with, again, depression, and all of it spawns from you know, sexual abuse when I was a kid, being overweight as a kid, being made fun of, all of these things. Growing up a pastor's kid, growing up in the church wasn't the easiest thing, you know. Mm-hmm. But I kind of suppressed that for the longest time, and about 4 years ago, I kind of explain it like I filled my closet with just a bunch of stuff and try to shut the door until one day it was just, there's so much stuff in there that I just could not hold, you know, the door closed, and the door flew open and everything scattered, and I had to figure out how I was gonna clean this mess up. So about 4 years ago, I never told anybody about this until 4 years ago. And I opened up to my wife about it, and that was a whole thing because we've been together for 19 years, and she didn't even know about something that happened when I was younger, you know. And so I have this crazy story about me walking away from church, me trying to deal with these things on my own with alcohol and suppressing and diving really into music and making music my identity, which I love music, but music is not my identity. It's a tool, and it's a tool that helps me and helps others, you know. But I put my whole entire identity in this, which is kind of a scary thing as well, because if it ends up crashing, or you lose your hands or your voice, then what now? So it's great to have a foundation, you know. So I ended up having this 4 years ago. I had this mental breakdown, and everything just came crashing down. I was on The Voice the year before, and everything was going well musically, and then all of a sudden, like, everything just came crashing down mentally for me. And I was on the verge of suicide and all of these things, and nothing was helping me. I was trying to write songs, and I couldn't write songs. But if we can go deep into this story.
Sure, yeah,
like,
please, yeah.
I had this moment where I was in this depression for a couple months, you know, and I'd been depressed off and on, but this is really a dark one. And I remember I was completely hopeless. Like, nothing brought me hope anymore. Not music, not even my wife, even though I loved her. Life, everything was gray, you know. And I remember trying to fix it myself, and it just wouldn't work. And I don't know if anyone's spiritual in here, but for me, I remember I was walking on this trail around my house, and I cried out to God, and I said, if you are who you say you are, help me. And I remember, because I had all these thoughts going through my head, like, you know, kill yourself. There's no reason to live. You're hopeless. Music doesn't bring you hope or happiness or joy. Neither does anything. And so I remember walking, and I said that, and 30 minutes go by, 40 minutes go by, and nothing. And I'm like, man. And then I remember all the voices in my head completely went still, and I heard this small voice say, I'm here. And that was the moment for me that I cried out to God, and I'm like, I'll follow you for the rest of my life. I'll dedicate my music for you, because in that moment, whether you believe it or not, but for me, in that moment, that brought me more hope than I've ever had in my whole entire life.
That's amazing.
And so in that moment, I started my relationship with God. And ever since then, I mean, it wasn't a light switch, and I'll tell everyone that. It wasn't like that moment I heard the voice say, I'm here, and I felt this peace, and I felt this hope, and everything was fine again. No, everything came flooding back in, but I held on to that hope.
Yeah.
And I began to work on myself and let God work on me, and I went to therapy, and I started exercising, and I started doing all these activities that were, beneficial for my mental health. And then slowly I started finding hope again to write songs, and started finding joy when I was on stage and playing, and life, it was just so beautiful after that, But that was a whole year of me going to therapy and working all that out. And back to the sexual abuse thing, that was one thing I've never talked to anybody about. I just kind of tucked that, back and never and thought I could just move through life without dealing with it, you know. But that's a traumatic thing that happens to people, and it is very important to talk to somebody about it, And so that was most of my therapy session, was talking about that, because that was the thing that really led me down dark paths of addiction and all of these crazy things. So that was one that I spent a lot of time really honing in on and working on, and was able to get to a point to forgive that person, not reconcile relationship, because there's a difference between reconciliation and forgiveness. But I was able to truly say, like, that sucked, and it really ruined a portion of my life. But I believe I'm a better person now because I worked through that, and I grew through it, and I was able now to forgive that person for what they did to me when I was younger.
Man, I can't even imagine. Thank you for sharing that, because that's a very heavy load to bear. And also, I'm beyond thrilled that you found something in that darkness, specifically that. And also, just thank you for openly talking about this, because this is something that I'm sure other people have dealt with, and it's not something that's easy to go through. And I think if they could hear somebody else talk about it and find a constructive way out, and maybe, just do a little soul searching and asking for, help. It's something that people don't ever want to do, but it's like there's only so much strength that you have as a person, and sometimes the other world, whatever that thing is, can help a great deal. So that's
and I mean,
beautiful story, man. Thank you.
For men in general, you think you just want to be a tough guy and like not talk about what's going on, your feelings, and it's like, no, it's very important to express those things, because I mean, the rate of suicide is what is it for men is substantially higher than women.
Yeah, it's not great.
And so, like, we do need to talk about it. If you have something going on, like, and it's been cool. I mean, I've watched my spiritual journey and people be led. I've been led to people to talk about this stuff and have coffee and go out and these friends and musicians that I work with also that are opening up about things that they've never opened up about. We'll sit and we'll talk about it and have a kind of a therapy session over coffee, and it's been beautiful, man. It's been a really cool journey, hard journey, but a very beautiful one.
Yeah, I've talked about my excessive drinking on the show before, just like getting blackout, punching holes in walls, doing all kinds of dumb shit.
Yeah.
And not being able to like deal with emotions constructively, then you deal with it destructively. Mm-hmm. And it can lead you to some really stupid places. And thank God I never hurt myself or anybody else in the process. More so maybe than just my liver. I've clearly damaged. But finding a constructive way out of a bad place is really sometimes very challenging, and you just can't do it yourself. And to point, I grew up in a very maybe I don't want to say like a Cold War mentality household, but it's like men don't feel, and you just like swallow whatever you're dealing with and you just move on. And it can lead you to become like, like the terms toxic masculinity, that thing, like that's when you become a toxic person, regardless of whatever. It's like, when you bottle that up, you can lead to a really bad place. And then you start to lash out at the world. And it's like, you're harming other people because you're just angry or whatever you haven't dealt with. And it's like that expression, hurt people.
Yep.
And it becomes like this negative cyclical thing. It just won't stop. So it's like, to your point, the forgiveness piece is so key. If you don't forgive this fucking monster for what they've done or for the horrible things that have happened to you, it poisons you as a person.
It does.
And you can't move on. And it just continues to get worse and worse and worse while you think you're being strong by not dealing with the thing that's horrible. It's not being strong. It's actually being really weak because you refuse to deal with the monster head on. You won't fight it. And that's where you lead to really horrible behavior. So
because you grow through those things, man. You grow through dealing with it. Narrow is the way that leads to life, and wide is the gate that leads to destruction, because it's easy to just go, I'm just going to tuck it back. But you have to put in that work. You go to therapy, go find something, and get that out. Talk about it. That's why I am very open about talking about this stuff. I'm like, because it's out. It's totally out. I remember the day I said it to my wife, and her expression, her face was just like, because she's been with me for 19 years. So it's like, I never knew that. And I said this thing and I felt free, but then there was a whole nother, we had to work through things.
Sure.
Like, and so, but it's very important to talk about it. Very important.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you again for sharing. That's an incredible thing to talk about and not easy to do so. So honestly, God, bottom of my heart, thank you for sharing that. Thank you guys for listening to that. Hopefully that can help some people in potentially a dark place in their lives. Song number 5. You want to get to the 5th song?
Yeah, let's do another one.
I
have a song called 6th Street. I wrote
6th
this
Street.
one. Yeah, everyone loves 6th Street. We talked about 6th Street.
I'm assuming the Austin 6th Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wrote this one. I was in a band called The Dirty Good. You remember that band, Star? Yeah, I was in a band called The Dirty Good. I was the lead singer for it, and we toured all around Texas. It was fun. But I remember we played a lot of bars that I really didn't want to play, but we played them for almost zero to no money. But we hit 6th Street pretty hard, which I haven't done in years. But I remember playing 6th Street, and writing this song on 6th Street, because I remember thinking, like, there's all these people just having a good time, but, like, I feel, going back to the depression thing, like, I feel alone, even in the midst of like, hundreds of whatever people on 6th Street having a great time and there's music. And why do I still feel alone? I have people here. And so I wrote this song. It's more about feeling alone, in the midst of a big crowd and trying to work through that. And, like, why do you feel that way? But I was on 6th Street when I wrote it, so I just called it 6th Street.
I love it. All right, over to you for 6th Street whenever you're ready, buddy.
Here, 6th Street, I need to get home, my bed. Well, damn this whiskey, I think that it's gone to my head. Hey, do you miss me? Or do you even know I am? It's been a long night and I'm just trying to find the feeling that I get when think of you. Need another drink to drown this blues. Take me to the river, wash my pain, yeah, baby. And won't you make me feel, yeah, won't you make me feel, say, won't you make me feel whole again. Ooh, yeah, baby. Goodbye, sunshine. The southern moon's calling my name. Down these street lights, baby, they're about to drive me insane. You're not gonna miss me. Well, I won't even cross your lane. Here's to another night where I'll just try to find, baby, feeling that I get when I think of you. Need another drink to drown this blues. Take me to the river, wash my pain, yeah, baby. Won't you make me feel, yeah, won't you make me feel, yeah, won't you make me feel the way I did when love was younger, but it's over now. The room is getting darker and the pain is growing stronger, baby. I need another drink to drown this blues, baby. Well, won't you make me feel, yeah, won't you make me feel, say, won't you make me feel. Like everything is gonna be alright. Say, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Say, everything is gonna be alright. Say, everything is gonna be alright. Say, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Say, everything. everything is gonna be alright. Say everything is gonna be alright. Say everything is gonna be alright. Say everything is gonna be. You sing it. Come on, say it. Say everything is gonna be alright. Yes, it is. Everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, everything is gonna be alright. Come on now, everything is gonna. Oh yeah, Jesus. Everything is gonna be alright. Yes, it is. Everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, everything is gonna be alright. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Another phenomenal song. To use like one after another. It's not fair, man. You have to leave some talent for the rest of the world. It's really remarkable. What a beautiful song. So you wrote that, you were just kind of feeling alone by yourself on 6th Street, and did that just come out like in a hotel room later or by yourself or?
Well, at the show.
Oh, exactly. At the show.
We were doing like, I don't do these anymore and I don't miss them, but we were doing like the 4 hours or whatever on 6th Street.
Oh, wow.
4 like 45-minute sets of originals and mostly covers. And and I was just like, gosh, this sucks. So I wrote this song.
What is for writing process? Like, how does that, what is your process for writing? Do you write like lyrics, music first, or is it something like you have an idea?
It varies really. For me, it's like, it usually starts with a vocal melody, but it's all over the place. I mean, there can be a phrase that catches me, and I'll start writing a song with words, just the words, or a vocal melody. I'll start humming, and I'm like, that's cool. Or I'll be, in a rehearsal, and we start jamming for a bit before we start the rehearsal. I'm like, that's cool. Let's record that. So, I mean, there's a few ways that I go about it, and I try to keep it that way too, because I don't want to have a specific way of writing, because I feel like it takes away from that spontaneity and that creative mindset where it's like it starts to feel like a job,
Yeah, I
or like and I've been in writing sessions where it's like, this is how you write songs and this is the only way to write songs, and I don't like that. I'm like, I want it to just come naturally out of however it comes. That's
awesome. Well, because one of the it's come up a couple times. People are like, I start with a melody and I just like start playing guitar, and it's like you just kind of hum, and then you get into lyrics that come afterwards. And I'm always amazed when artists are able to like write lyrics ahead of time, and then they're like, no, this is how the song is going to sound.
So that's few and far between for me. The writing lyrics before the music. It's usually a melody or music before the lyrics, but there are sometimes, not often, but I'll have some words or phrase that I latch onto, and I'm like, that's really cool, and I'll write a song around that. But very few and far between. It's always like a vocal melody or a riff or something that kind of inspires me to sit down and write a song.
Also, speaking of cool, I wanted to give a shout out to the gentleman that made your hat, because it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
your hat's dope, dude. Who made your hat? I asked you before the show, and I've written it down multiple times. I keep writing hat because I don't want to forget to give this guy a call.
My buddy Derek, he's actually the campus pastor at Life Family downtown, and he's a hat maker, and he actually makes shoes as well. So Saints Western is their company.
Saints Western.
And he's phenomenal, and he crafts your story into your style, So like if you look at the hat, there's music notes on it. There's like footsteps leading to a cross. It has my name on the inside. Over here has a little charm that says Chelsea, which my wife is Chelsea. And
dude,
so he really went above and beyond. He's great, man. Great hats. And
this was one Western.
This is one of his first, so he's been doing this for maybe a little over.
That was his first hat?
Yeah, one of his first ones that he made. So he's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him to make me another one. I'm like, you got to make me another hat, bro.
If I made a hat for the first time, I promise you it wouldn't look anything like that. It would maybe look like a toaster or a coaster for the table or something. That's incredible. Song number 6 for the evening. What is song number 6 you have for us?
This one This one is a song called "Found My Way," which ties back into the story. After I went through that, mental breakdown and that depression, and I found my way. I remember having this dry spell for months of not writing songs, and which was odd for me, because I write all the time, and so I wasn't writing, and I'm like, man, what's going on? So I just was patient, and I'm like, it'll come, and eventually songs just started flowing. It was like a floodgate of songs started coming out, and and a lot of those songs made it onto a record, an album called "Found My Way," which we released last year.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful album of hope. It's an album that talks about the darkness to light, from death to life, and it's just a very hopeful album, and I'm so proud of it. But this is the title track from the album. This one is called "Found My Way."
Okay, over to you whenever you're ready.
Bring me my wine, 'cause I can't feel it anymore. Never mind, I'm too far gone. Where's time? Tell me, where has it gone? I look in the mirror and I watch my life go by. Am I going now? Where has everyone gone? Lord, I feel so alone. I can't feel you now. Please touch me now. Am I just too far gone to find my way? My only love is the one thing that holds me close. If not for her, where would I be? My faith took its time. How could one walk that line? But now I'm seeing clearly, I'm not losing my mind. I know where I'm going now. I know just where I come from. No, I am not alone, no. Yes, I believe in you. I know you believe in me too. No, I'm not too far gone, no. I found my way. I found my way. I found my way. I found my way. Yeah. I found my way. I found my way. I found my way. Yes. If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? I must be traveling on now. There's too many places I've got to see. And if I stay here with you, girl, yeah, things just wouldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now. In this bird, you'll never change. Oh, in this bird, you'll never change. Yeah. In this bird, you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change it. Lord, help me, I can't change. Free bird!
Free bird! You want another phenomenal song? I Am Too Far Gone to Find My Way. That's from all the stuff we talked about, man. That was a very beautiful song. Very beautiful song.
And that's what I thought, you know. I thought that I was too far gone to find my way, but that was not the truth. You know?
It's not the truth. It's everybody's worthy of redemption. Everybody's worthy of love. And I think we forget where that can come from. And that's where we go. I was talking about the strength thing, where it's like, I got this, I can do this on my own. It's like, sometimes you just can't, and that's okay. It doesn't make you a weak person. Again, it actually makes you a strong person to recognize it. Yeah, 100%. And you also said something when we were chatting earlier, that it's like you were doing stuff and you weren't happy. Mm-hmm. And it was something I wanted to come back to, because I talk about this. I try to have this conversation with people occasionally, and I just want to hit on this. Happiness is not something you can consume. Right. It has to come from inside. And I feel like a lot of times we find, especially in the world of these fucking things, I hate them. Hate them. They're horrible. And it's like, well, it's community and all the things that are going to make you happy, stuff like this. It's like sharing stories and sharing your
That was a phone, by the way.
That was a phone. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Sharing your stories, sharing your love and your pain and all the things that make you you. That's the thing that brings people together ultimately. And I think in this world of consumption, we're taught at a very early age to consume, and that if you consume enough, then you'll be happy. Once you have more stuff, you'll be happy. And that isn't the case. And I think, especially in America, where we have so much stuff, but we have such incredible levels of depression and unhappiness, it's like clearly something's off. Yeah. And I man, if there isn't a message that I would strongly want to get across to everybody, it's that happiness really has to come from within, and finding an attachment to the community and people in your life, not from shit that's going to go into a landfill anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so important to connect with people, you know, and to connect. For me, I mean, I know my mornings look a lot different than they did, 4 years ago. So I get up at 5:30. Rare for a musician.
You're an animal. You get up at 5:30?
I do.
Oh my God, my dogs are even asleep then.
My wife is like, you're crazy, but I get up at 5:30 and I pray, I meditate, and I read God's word, and I go on a long jog, and I spend some time in nature before I start my day, before I start emailing and booking shows and doing social media. And I won't touch my phone for a good, 2 hours, 3 hours. When I wake up, and it's about 3 hours before I touch my phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody should do that.
Everybody should do that.
Everybody should do that. That's it. I'm going to wake up at 5:30, and I'm not touching my phone until 10 o'clock. There you go. I'm going to double down on it. Where did all that come out of, that routine? Did that come out of everything that happened, or is this something more recent?
Did what now?
Is the 5:30 a.m. wake up and
no.
daily?
It was. I started doing that maybe like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I've always been an early bird, though. I'd always get up at maybe 6:30, but I realized that I didn't have enough time in the day to do the things I wanted to do or to get accomplished. So I started and to do those things that were very important for me mentally and spiritually and physically, So I'm like, if I want to set my day up correctly and right, spiritually, mentally, and physically, I for me personally, I have to do it that way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what was that expression from, was it discipline equals freedom? Jocko Willing?
Yeah.
It's something about that.
No, there is, yeah.
How are you a musician? How do you play at night if you're waking up at 5:30 in the morning?
So I don't do those late gigs anymore. Like those were the 4-hour things that'll keep you out until 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't do those.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
No.
So that's the only place you can. We got to get your schedule out on.
No, I don't do those anymore. I can't.
Dude, your music is amazing. Your stories are amazing. I can't thank you enough for doing this, especially like
course,
sharing
man.
your music and it being
Thanks
as
for
open
having
as
me.
you are. This is really wonderful.
Thank you guys for coming out. This is fun.
This is
This is cool.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We have we're song number 7. You said you brought 8, correct? So we'll do 2 more.
Yeah.
Ish?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. We'll do 2 more. What is song number 7 for the evening? What do you have for us?
So this song. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'm going to vamp. Then I'm going to use this as an excuse to talk to the audience because I love this question. I'm going to do 2 of them. Star, you know these. You know this answer. You've been here before. You know the drill. Favorite flavor of ice cream, starting with you. You're lactose intolerant? That is a wrong answer. You're out of here. That's it. That was one of the answers. No, I'm kidding. Are you really lactose intolerant? So no ice cream. Okay. So if people are ordering ice cream, what do you typically go to? No ice cream. Okay, fair enough. Skip it. Yeah, that makes sense. Mint chocolate chip. Okay. Butter pecan. Ooh, that's butter pecan's a pro move. That's a deep cut. Which one is it? Creamy Creations. Ooh,
Really?
I've never heard
Okay.
of Creamy Creations.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Star. Moose Tracks. An oat milk ice cream? Okay. Is it just oat milk's the flavor? Oat milk made with oat milk. That sounds. Okay. Jared, is it Lone Star flavored?
Somebody to ask me this question for like the last 30 years. Finally, I've got my moment. I've been praying about this.
Yeah, let's go, Jared.
Baskin Robbins bubblegum ice cream.
Baskin Robbins bubblegum ice cream.
That or the mint ice cream, like the Great Value version from the grocery store.
Oh my God!
Napoleon, is that what it's? Oh, yeah.
Neapolitan,
Yeah.
like the 3 flavors.
Neapolitan,
Neapolitan, yeah.
I'm trying to say it so I can Napoleon.
I will say 5 stars for the deep cut, like the deep B-side track of bubblegum ice cream. When was the last time you heard that? That's remarkable.
I know.
They're still out there.
Baskin Robbins
They are
bubblegum flavor. It's just you're just eating scoops of red dye number 7 or whatever. Over to you. What's your favorite flavor ice cream?
Anything that's pecan or salted caramel, I'm like a sucker for.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
well, especially in Texas, right? You got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
there we go. All right, I'm gonna save the next one for after the song. What's number 7 called?
This one is called Something With You, and it's a song I wrote actually last week, and no, it was this week I wrote this song. So I wrote this song in Dallas. I was up in Dallas playing a show,
Okay.
and I was in a hotel room. I had written the song. I started writing the song on Monday, and finished it that night. Sent it to my guys via voice memo. I was like, hey, we had a concert in Round Rock, the Music on Main, and I was like, hey, so I know this is crazy, but let's play this song tomorrow in our set, And they're like, yeah, and they're so pro. They're the best musicians. So they're like, yeah, we got it. That's cool. And I was like, we're running that sound check. We'll do a thing where I started on acoustic, then you guys come in the second verse, and then we build it up, and then we break it down. And my guitar tech, Dr. John, who I love, and he's not here because I just have acoustics and not amps and a bunch of guitars today, but I was like, and he'll come on and he'll bring me an electric guitar, and I'll give him the acoustic, and then we'll just go into this thing. And it actually worked out really well. I was praying that please don't let this suck, But it actually was good. But I wrote this song at the beginning of the week. This is called Something With You.
Something With You. Yeah. Over to you whenever you're ready.
darkest before the dawn. And there's nothing but this heart in my hands. And I'm nothing, only a broken down man. Just a man, just a man. I've got something with you. Wind at my back, I'm alive all because of you. Something with you. My eyes to the sky, I'm alive all because of you. And I cry now that I see the light. And goodbye to sorrows I left behind. Far behind, far behind. I got something with you. Wind at my back, I'm alive all because of you. Something with you. My eyes to the sky, I'm alive all because of you. Something with you. A wind at my back, I'm alive all because of you. Something with you. My eyes to the sky, I'm alive all because of you. I've got something with you. Wind at my back, alive all because of you. Something with you. My eyes to the sky, alive all because of you. Something with you. Wind at my back, I'm alive all because of you. Something with you. Eyes to the sky, I'm alive all because of you.
Oh my God, dude. Another beautiful song. Another phenomenal song, man. What a treat that we get to sit here and enjoy your music and listen
Thank you
intimately.
guys. It's a treat for
Dude,
me, man.
This is the coolest thing. You are a very badass person and a phenomenal musician and phenomenal songwriter. You have a phenomenal voice. Just, it's really something, man. It's
Thanks.
absolutely beautiful. You said alive because of you. Is this in reference to the Almighty, the big guy?
Both a reference to my relationship with God and also, again, my wife.
With your wife? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of, I tie both of those into that song. To where I'm alive, mostly my relationship with God, because that completely changed my whole entire, the trajectory of my life. But also, my wife's a complete badass, so her too, you know.
Hell yeah, man. We have one more song on the docket for this evening. This always goes too quick. I hate that it goes as quick as it does. But I can't thank you enough for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
very thankful to be here.
You're a phenom, man. Like this is
Thanks, man.
this is you're a very special person. So I can't thank you enough. But before we're out of here, I have to know tater tots or fries. Starting with you. Onion rings. Well, you ejected twice. That's it. Oh yeah, that was not one of the options. Getting onion rings, lactose intolerant onion rings. We got nothing. Okay, onion rings. What about you? Tater tots with cheese. Okay, fries. All right, I dig it. Sar? Crispy battered fries. You have fries and then you batter them and then you fry them again. Is that what I'm getting at? Dude, I don't know. That sounds amazing. I've never had that, but I want it. Jared?
Believe it or not, fries with mayonnaise.
Hell yeah. I'm fries and mayonnaise all day. That's I'm disgusting and I wear that with pride. It's gross. People are they're really grossed out by it. I love it. What about yourself?
I would have to go with onion rings as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, onion rings. Back in black. Well, now I got to add onion rings to the mix. This is not come up. This is we're gonna battle to the death over this one. All right, eighth and final song for this evening, unfortunately. But eighth song, what is it? What you got for us?
This one is called "Beautiful Soul."
Beautiful Soul. All right, over to you whenever you're ready.
Like a flame in the night, said, darling, you help me see the light. I don't know where I'd be without your love. I don't know if I can ever get enough. And that is why, yeah, that's why I thank the Lord for someone like you. God knows I'm sure, yeah, I never seen such a beautiful soul. Oh, I know, 'cause I thank the Lord. And every time that I fall into the deep, you were there diving after me. And that is why, yeah, that's why that I thank the Lord for someone like you. God knows I'm sure, yeah, I never seen such a beautiful soul. Oh, I know, yeah, 'cause I thank the Lord. bringing you into my life, babe. For bringing me back to life, babe. And that is why, oh yeah, that's why I thank the Lord. Someone like you, God knows I'm sure, yeah. I never seen such a beautiful soul. Oh, I know, 'cause I thank the Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks,
Oh
y'all.
my God! Thank you so much, man. What just beautiful, another phenomenal song. Absolutely amazingly talented human being. I can't thank you enough for doing this. Before we're out of here, where can people find you? I put your stuff in the description. Where can people find you?
Yeah, Joe James Music everywhere. So JOJAMES Music, JoeJamesMusic.com. That's my handle on all social media as well.
Awesome, man. Thank you again so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You're so freaking talented. Yeah, you guys can clap again. Hell yeah, you can clap again. Absolutely. And thank you to the wonderful audience for giving us your Saturday night. There's a lot of stuff you can do in Austin. Thank you for the lovely audience watching at home, either live or after the fact, as well as thank you for the people in the chat that were throwing in some comments there. We sincerely appreciate it. Be sure to click like and subscribe. The faster we grow this thing, the bigger it helps the artist. It'll be awesome. And be sure to check us out for another episode of Local Sets ATX. We will see you on the internet. Good night, everybody. Dude, thank you again for doing this, man. You are so freaking talented. You are so incredibly talented. It's actually not fair. That's